Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel, and I'm here for an album review for you guys, and this is a requested review. I believe this review was requested by Joshua Wilson, so thank you for the request, man. So the album that he wanted me to talk about is Diver Down by Van Halen. And this is kind of an interesting album for Van Halen. I do think this album is kind of underrated to an extent. Now, from what I've seen, there's a lot of people that do regard this as the weakest Van Halen album that features David Lee Roth on vocals. To me, I don't agree with that. I think the weakest with David Lee Roth would have to be the most recent one, A Different Kind of Truth. But that album is not bad by any means, but I do think it is the weakest of all the Van Halen albums that feature him on vocals. But a common complaint that I have heard with this album is that there's too many covers on it, and yeah, I can understand where people are coming from with that. I mean, that's something that can get a little annoying, I guess, and this album kind of does seem like a step down from the albums that Van Halen has done previously. I mean, if you think about it, before this, you had the debut album, Van Halen 2, Women and Children First, Fair Warning, and then you have this. So, yeah, definitely a step down from everything that they've done before, but I still think that this is a very good album, and the album is kind of underrated too. I do like it. So whenever I talk about the tracks, I'm not going to be going over all the tracks, just the highlights, in my opinion anyway, and give you my overall thoughts of this album. Now, the album does start off with a cover, I believe, Where Have All the Good Times Gone? Now, I personally don't believe that it's a good idea to start off an album with a cover song, so yeah, definitely not a good thing right off the bat, but what do I think of this song, this cover, or whatever you want to call it? I think it's good. It's very catchy, it's energetic, and it's just very fun to listen to, and obviously this is a, this is a more captivating song, I guess. One of the songs that have strong replay value when you listen to the album, and, it's one of those songs that you want to return to a lot whenever you do return to this album. It's a great song. And Hang 'Em High is another fun song, and the guitar work is definitely something worth noting about this song. I mean, this song definitely shows the talent that Eddie Van Halen had. May he rest in peace, of course. And yeah, guitar work is fantastic. I mean, the same could be really said for pretty much the remainder of Van Halen's discography, of course. But next we got Secrets. Secrets is a really great track, definitely one of my favorites on the album for sure. It's not as energetic as the tracks that I've mentioned previously, but it is a good song. It does have this sort of bluesy tone to it, and I think it's good. And of course, Oh Pretty Woman, which is the cover song, another cover song that's on this album, and yeah, it is a highlight for sure, definitely a fan favorite, and I do like it. Now, some people might say, oh, it's too cheesy or whatever, but I mean, I think it's catchy, and it's a cover song. Come on. I think it's good. And then we got Little Guitars, easily my favorite song on the album. I pretty much like everything about this song. This is definitely one of the main highlights, and to me, it's the main highlight to this album. And there's just a lot to like about this song, the drum work, the guitar work, and just the overall tone and structure that it has. I mean, it's a fantastic track and probably my favorite song on the album. So, those are the highlights in my opinion. The rest of the album, not really missing out on much. But the rest of the songs on the album, they're not bad, but they're just not as good as the songs that I have mentioned. But overall, what do I think of this album, Diver Down? I think it's a good album. I mean, it's not one of Van Halen's best, in my opinion. That is something I can agree with when a lot of fans say that this is not one of their best. I can agree with that, but I don't think that this is one of their worst either. I think this is a very good album. So as a score, I'll have to give Diver Down by Van Halen probably an 8 out of 10. I think it's a good album. I almost said good song, but yeah, but there are some very good songs on here. Again, I can understand the complaint with the covers and whatnot, but overall, I do think it's a solid album, even though it's not one of their best. So let me know what you guys think of this album. Are you a fan of Van Halen? Have you heard this album? Feel free to let me know your thoughts. So on that note, thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.